There's a very beautiful song in Mother India, which is picturized on Nargis, going by the title of "Ae Jaane Walo." So the song is basically a cry for help, asking fellow villagers not to leave the village, to stick around and make it work. Uh, which is interesting because the film is set in the 1950s, and back then the priority was to develop our villages, uh, which is true even today because India still resides in its villages. Gandhiji said the same over 100 years ago, and that hasn't changed at all. To this day, India resides in its villages. Although a lot of villages are turning into small towns, and then small towns into larger towns, and then cities, and then hoping to become metro cities eventually. Anyway, going back to this particular song and this particular movie, it's very interesting how the lyrics have such deeper connotation. She's basically asking fellow villagers, "Hai jaane walo, jao na ghar apna chhod ke." Uh, like, why are you abandoning your home? And then there are like strings of very hard hitting lyrics which kind of equates the land, equates the village to a mother who is basically weeping her heart out for her children, asking them not to leave her. This was in 1950, 56, 57, and uh, think about it, it's already 2022, and now what is happening is uh, there is an overflux of migration towards cities, and the only way we can kind of recalibrate this very tweaked way of looking at development is to encourage more people to stick around in their villages, to develop their villages at a very grassroots level, which is not at all happening because our policies are very skewed towards metropolitan cities, which makes even the smaller or relatively smaller cities uh, imitate the larger cities. Pune wanting to be Mumbai, or Mangalore wanting to be Bangalore, Salem wanting to be Chennai. So this song is very, very pertinent and very relevant when you consider all these factors. Uh, there are no two ways about it. If you want to develop a country at a really grassroots level, uh, like Zoe's founder keeps on reiterating, then it has to start from the villages and then move towards the cities. It can't be the other way around. It hasn't worked. The past 70 years tell us that it doesn't work. Maybe we should look at how Japan and South Korea, how they handled this migration, how they made sure that people stuck around in their native towns and work towards developing those parts rather than giving their everything to a city that is always going to be thankless.